Right guys, just another quick update. I'm just going to take you through a little tutorial on how I approach my winter fishing. I don't really put much bait out, as you can see. I fish on the pop-ups and I fish on the wafter. I have 7 freebies on each rod. I also match the hatch to whatever the bait is. I don't like putting a different bottom bait out to the pop-up or the wafter which I'm using. But I also add the goo to my actual hook bait to make it stand out from the rest. And the goo I normally use is the white almond. The Supreme goes down a treat and it soaks in. I don't like the thick goo, and I like this almond because the white one doesn't change the colour of the hook bait, but it also gives off a potent smell, which is just a different attraction from your bottom baits, what you're putting out with it. So the strawberry crush. I use these as the pop-ups, which you can see are soaked in white almond. It washes them out a little tiny bit more than what you get from the shop, off the shelves. These are the freebies straight off the shelf. I don't know if you can tell, but it does wash them out a little bit more. And the 50/50 Frutella wafters. Now these are orange, because everyone knows pink's the best colour to see on the bottom in the carp spectrum, what they see. Then it's orange, I think followed by yellow, then white, and so on and so on. So in the colder months, I think the fish's eyes might be a bit glazed because of how cold the water is, so I do like my baits to stand out. The wafters, if you look, they also be washed out from the original what you buy. As you can see, I don't know if you see, if I put it in you might be able to see it. It's just a little tiny bit more washed out, and that's because it's got the white almond on. And these are the rigs what I'd fish them on. I would fish the pop-up on the Ronnie rig. Sits beautiful. As the goo would come off, it's because it's a white goo, you can't see it in the water. It's not going to cloud it like it would with the pineapples or maybe the garlics or the halibuts, something like that. So it would be a white goo. I've also tried it in a fish tank, and you can just sort of like see the water remnants, but you can't see the actual colour. So I know it's still doing its job. And I would fish that on the Ronnie, which would sit beautiful. And the wafter, I'd fish on the IQ rig. The IQD rig, I call it Dan's Doomsday rig, but I've had many fish on this rig. This is a brilliant rig. On this rig I would fish it on the size 4 medium curve, and on the Ronnie I would just fish it on the size 4 curve. But this is what I add to them to make them stand out from the rest of the baits. I would only ever throw in 5 to 7 boilies max over my each pod. I will also put a nugget on each one, so when the nugget comes to the surface, I know that my bait has settled. If there's any debris or a little bit of twigs, dead leaves in the water that you can't see, and then when the nugget comes to the top, I've got my visual point to throw my freebies straight over the top. These 2 rigs, guys, these are what do the trick. Perfect. And that's how I would approach my winter fishing. I'm not one for throwing big heads of baits out. I'm not trying to feed the fish. I'm just trying to nick a bite, because my fishing just consists of 4 hours tops, max. That's all I can do really. That's all I've got time to do. So I've just got to make a high impact and get whatever I can out of the session. See you later guys, hope you enjoyed the vid.